All right, let's dive into a world of iconic actresses.
Sounds fun.
You sent us a top 10 from the top10s.com,
Okay.
and it's not just a list, it's packed with fan opinions and debates and,
And a lot of passion.
yeah, passion for these amazing women.
This is really interesting because it lets us see what makes an actress truly unforgettable.
Yeah, is it raw talent, versatility, or is there something more?
Maybe it's all of that.
Right. Well, at the very top, we have Meryl Streep. Not a surprise.
So, of course.
But what struck me in the fan comments is the admiration for her long career.
You know, you've picked a great source for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these fans see Meryl Streep as more than just a talented actress.
I see.
They admire her for defying the typical Hollywood narrative.
Yeah, how so?
Well, she stayed at the top for decades, right? But her personal life is pretty private.
That's true. You don't see her in the tabloids every week.
Exactly. That level of control over her image is amazing, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's like she's remained relevant without giving in to the pressure of the media.
And speaking of defying expectations, one fan mentioned Streep losing an Oscar to Sandra Bullock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said Streep could easily play Bullock's role, but not the other way around.
Wow.
That says a lot about her range, right? Her
Okay.
ability to just become any character.
Even if it means not always taking those glamorous roles.
It's about the craft for her, not just the fame.
Okay, next we have Scarlett Johansson at number 2.
Another great actress.
Definitely a modern sex symbol, but there's a lot more to her, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Johansson kind of represents this tension between what we call quality and commercial films.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So, quality films are those critically acclaimed independent projects, like Lost in Translation.
Right, those artistic films.
Exactly. And the commercial films are more about box office success,
Like the Marvel movies.
right? Like her role as Black Widow.
And one fan even mentioned that not everyone likes those, more artistic films. So maybe Johansson's appeal is that she can do both.
Appealing to different types of audiences.
Interesting. Now, this next one might surprise some people. Angelina Jolie at number 3,
Yeah, some fans were very vocal about that.
saying she should be higher.
Exactly.
What I notice is many fans admire her for everything.
The whole package.
Yeah, they love her acting style, especially in Maleficent,
But they also talk about her beauty and her humanitarian work.
and her family.
Seems like they want actresses to be role models, not just on screen, but in life, too.
Like they want to see that depth beyond just the performance.
Not just the roles they play, but who they are as people.
Interesting. Speaking of strong women, we have Jodie Foster at number 4.
A legend.
Silence of the Lambs is, of course, the big one for her.
An incredible performance.
One fan pointed out it's the only film to win Best Picture, Best Actor, and the Best Actress.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not just a popular film, it's a critically acclaimed masterpiece.
And Foster's right at the center of it.
I also remember reading that Rob Lowe, in his autobiography, praised Foster's character.
I see. Well, these comments really paint a picture of Foster as not just talented, but also someone with real integrity.
Yeah.
There was even a comparison to Julianne Moore.
Oh, right, who played Clarice in the sequel.
Yeah, and the fan argued that Foster just owned that role.
Like no one else could do it justice.
Exactly.
Jolie's activism seems to resonate with fans, and we see that again with Emma Watson, who comes in at number 5.
Despite her young age, she's made a big impact already.
What stands out to me is how these fans celebrate her whole journey,
They admire her for navigating that transition from child star to a successful adult career.
It's not easy to do that.
Right, but it's more than that.
Oh, yeah.
They also mention her education at Brown University and her work for gender equality.
Yeah, she's definitely using her platform to make a difference.
It's inspiring, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It challenges the stereotype of what an actress is supposed to be. It wasn't all positive, though. Some fans found her a bit much in the early Harry Potter films.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like annoying or over the top, they said. But even they acknowledged her later feminist speeches.
It's a good point. Even someone like Emma Watson has to, grow and evolve.
Especially in the public eye like that.
Exactly. And it shows how even the most successful actors are always growing.
Right.
Speaking of growth, Natalie Portman at number 6.
Oh, yeah.
She started so young.
Yeah, in Leon, right.
Yeah, and then moved into blockbusters like Star Wars.
And don't forget those intense roles like Black Swan.
It's amazing how versatile she is.
It's like she can do it all,
From those big budget films to the smaller character-driven stories.
One fan even shared a personal connection with her performance in The Other Boleyn Girl.
Really?
Yeah, they talked about how Portman's portrayal of Anne Boleyn really resonated with them.
It's amazing how art can touch us like that.
It really is.
And they mentioned Portman's intelligence and beauty.
Which is interesting.
It seems like we appreciate these actresses for a mix of things,
Yeah.
you know?
Their craft, their presence, and even those intangible qualities.
Right, it all combines to make a star.
And speaking of captivating, Cate Blanchett at number 7.
Wow, she's incredible.
Those fans were just raving about her ability to transform into any role.
It's true. Whether she's playing Katharine Hepburn or Bob Dylan,
Or Queen Elizabeth.
she just disappears into the character, you know?
I remember watching The Aviator, and honestly, for a second, I forgot it was her.
She was Katharine Hepburn.
Exactly. It was amazing.
That's what you call a true chameleon.
And what's even more impressive is her consistency, right?
Yeah, she takes risks, but always brings that depth of emotion.
She's just brilliant.
And then we have Kate Winslet at number 8, another one who's always on those best lists.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
From Titanic to Revolutionary Road, she's phenomenal.
Winslet's career is really interesting.
How so?
Well, she's done these huge epics like Titanic,
Yeah, which had a huge impact on so many people.
but she's also done those smaller, more intimate dramas.
And her work with Leonardo DiCaprio is just legendary.
Their chemistry is undeniable.
Oh, absolutely. One fan even said they wished Winslet and DiCaprio would just get married.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? That on-screen connection really sparked something in the fans.
It shows how deeply we can connect with these actors.
And speaking of connections, Sandra Bullock at number 9 really seems to have that ability.
She's America's sweetheart.
She really is. Whether she's making us laugh or cry, she just seems so genuine.
Authentic.
Yeah, and the fans pick up on that.
They describe her as beautiful, kind, talented, and a great mother,
It's like they see her as the ideal woman next door.
who just happens to be a huge movie star.
I think that's a big part of her appeal. She's so approachable.
And to round out the top 10, we have Nicole Kidman,
The epitome of Hollywood glamour.
a talent.
One fan described her as classy, gorgeous, and versatile.
And I couldn't agree more.
She's just radiant.
What's interesting about Kidman is how she commands attention, even in small roles.
She can steal a scene with just a look.
And don't forget her range. She can sing, dance, do comedy, drama.
The fans mentioned everything from Moulin Rouge to Bewitched.
She really can do it all.
But this list barely scratches the surface. There are so many other amazing actresses out there.
And that's the great thing about this list,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a starting point.
It opens up a bigger conversation about women in film,
Exactly. So let's give a shout out to some of the other actresses who were mentioned.
like Eleanor Brown and Glenn Headley.
We have such a range of talent here.
What I find fascinating is how diverse the fan preferences are.
Yeah, like some love Zendaya.
While others prefer the classics like Audrey Hepburn.
It shows that best is really subjective.
It really is. It's about finding the actresses whose work speaks to you,
Right. And there are so many to choose from.
like Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence.
And Helena Bonham Carter.
She's in a league of her own.
One fan called her a scene stealer, and it's true.
Her presence is always so memorable.
And of course, Sigourney Weaver,
A true legend,
breaking barriers in sci-fi with Alien.
but also doing comedies and dramas.
She's incredible.
And we can't forget Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, she's amazing.
One fan even joked that there should be an all Maggie Smith Harry Potter remake.
With her playing every role,
Now that would be something to see.
I'd watch it.
And of course, Carrie Fisher.
Princess Leia will always be an icon.
And then there's Audrey Hepburn.
Her grace, her elegance,
She's still so beloved.
and Anne Hathaway.
Another versatile actress.
The fans praised her singing and her ability to really immerse herself in roles.
To go to watch for sure.
And no conversation about legendary actresses is complete without mentioning Marilyn Monroe
An icon.
and Katharine
A
Hepburn.
true trailblazer.
But it's also exciting to see rising stars like Zendaya.
Who's already making a huge
The
impact.
fans are so excited about her talent and her potential.
They even predicted her latest Spider-Man film would be bigger than Endgame.
Wow.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is, but it shows how much faith they have in her.
And of course, we have Jennifer Aniston.
A fan favorite for decades.
Her comedic timing is just perfect.
She's so likable.
And Michelle Pfeiffer.
Another incredible actress.
She's captivating
Well salutes.
through her beauty and versatility.
And Amy Adams,
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
often called the most underrated actress.
She really disappears into those roles.
I think her subtlety is what makes her so brilliant.
It's true. Sometimes the quietest performances are the most powerful.
And then there's Anna Kendrick.
Oh, she's great.
She's got that comedic talent, but also those amazing vocals.
Yeah, a triple threat.
So as you can see, this list and all these fan comments really highlight the amazing talent in film.
So much talent.
But what I find really interesting is how these fans connect with these women on so many levels.
Beyond just their acting.
Yeah, it's their beauty, their personalities, their lives off screen.
It's like they're looking for the whole package.
Like a woman who embodies something we admire.
Or aspire to.
Right, and I think that's fascinating.
It really is.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I'm left with this question. What does this list tell us about how we view women in film?
Historically and now.
Exactly. What qualities do we celebrate? What do we criticize?
It's something to think about.
It is, and I think the big takeaway is that there's no one definition of what makes an actress great.
It's subjective, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's personal and it changes over time.
That's a good point.
So for those listening, I want you to think about your own top actresses. Who are they and why?
What speaks to you about their work?
Is it their talent, their charisma, their activism, or something else entirely?
It's a great question to reflect on.
It really is. And maybe, just maybe, by appreciating all these incredible women,
Yeah.
we can challenge some of those expectations that Hollywood puts on women.
Expectations from society in general.
Exactly. It's a
Right.
conversation worth having.
For sure.
So until next time, happy viewing, everyone.
And keep those deep thoughts flowing.